Salt. How much do you need? Salt. Well, just a pinch for me. Sodium chloride in my inventory, where we're reading the news and it's a sodium story.
How good is that jingle?
So yeah, these are what we call sodium stories. So many weeks where I've said, this story we've got to take with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
And there's too many of them every week because there's so many websites that you just cannot trust.
This is the world we inhabit, though, in terms of geek culture, is that without actually knowing the people involved, we can only sort of read stories that might be a bit of a guess and stuff like that. So, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of sodium stories.
So, yeah, these are the ones that you take with a pinch of salt. They are not confirmed. They say that they have sources. I don't trust the sources. But here we go. Now, there could be a Lando Calrissian TV series for Disney Plus starring Donald Glover.
I want this so badly in my life. I don't care if it's got to be taken with a pinch of salt. Do you know what? I am on this hype train. Let's bring it because, oh my God. Yeah, he was brilliant as Lando.
I don't know. He was brilliant. I just don't think that they did him justice in Solo, because this is a man who fell in love with a sat-nav. You know,
yeah, but that sat-nav was Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and everyone loves Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, but I just wonder if he looks at Google Maps like it was Pornhub.
This junction's a three-way.
Anyway, right. This comes from a website called Kessel Run Transmissions. Yeah. So, this is a canyon of salt. But it says that he's already signed on or is very close to signing on to reprise the role. As of now, the deal is still in the early stages. It is possible could fall through. But Lucasfilm has been working hard to get him to return. Because he's got plenty of other stuff to do. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
No.
But this is off the back of, apparently Disney was looking to make a series that fully focused on the Crimson Dawn crime syndicate.
Yeah, and I think that's a really cool thing to do, because I think, like, especially with Clone Wars following, beforehand, and then you've got, like, the Solo story, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be a great way of exploring what Maul does. There's been so much focus on, like, the Empire and the Rebellion, the First Order and the Resistance, blah, 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 blah. The Republic and the Separatists. The main thread through all of those different stories is that Star Wars has this underworld that's really seedy and really dangerous. You know, you've got the Hutt clan controlling the Outer Rim territories. Crimson Dawn was brought in as well. Again, and there's a lot of stuff that I think could be done on the Outer Rims. Like, of the 5 new movies that have been made in the last few years, the trilogy and with Solo and with Rogue One, the most interesting ones have been the Star Wars stories. Yeah. You know, movies that are set in the Star Wars universe but don't play part of the main story.
I would say I'm more excited about the upcoming Obi Wan series than I would be with this, to be honest.
And there is a sodium story involved in that as well. Apparently Hayden Christensen has been approached.
Oh, you're right. No, I did read that, yes.
Yeah, so apparently he's been approached to return for the Kenobi series, which also, again, the Kenobi series has been off and on for a few years now. They've gone, you're definitely making this. Oh, it's been put back a little bit. Oh, we're definitely making this. Oh, we'll put it back a little bit. We're definitely making this. Hayden Christensen in it. Maybe we should put it back a little bit. No, it's like...
Well, I mean, now that the pandemic's happening, it's certainly not being filmed, because it was supposed to be filming now, I think, or at least in February, I think.
But it's interesting, because I think, like, this is where, they've obviously looked at the success of The Mandalorian and gone, actually, there's more traction in telling these stories, these series.
Yeah, I do wonder with Hayden Christensen. I wonder how they would bring him in.
Flashbacks, I imagine, because I think the Kenobi series is supposed to cover that point between. It's after Revenge of the Sith and between. So it's probably like while he's a grey old man, or greying old man living on Tatooine protecting a young Luke. I wonder if it might actually be more that he communicates with him like Rey and Kylo did. Oh, I mean, that would be
through the Force, and like so. But his Force projection image is actually as Anakin and not as Vader. Or maybe it would be like, because do you remember when they reinserted Hayden Christensen into the end of Return of the Jedi?
So awkward.
And
so awkward.
Oh, it is. But George Lucas's explanation to that was when Anakin became Vader, his light side died. So you're seeing the light side ghost because it was the dark side version of Anakin that died physically. So you're seeing the light side ghost, not the dark side ghost. And it's, I mean, convoluted to fuck. There's a lot you could do with it. Would I be happy with it? I'd like to see Hayden Christensen be given a chance with that role with a director who
knows how to direct.
Yeah, I was trying to find a nicer way without trying to insult George Lucas, because he did create it all, you know, I've got to give him his props, but God, he couldn't direct a film.
Yeah.
Salt, how much do you need? Salt, just a pinch for me. Sodium chloride in my inventory, where we're reading the news and it's a sodium story.